does not mean they should be ignored. Madam Speaker, they are not children of a lesser God. And Madam Speaker, we have been crying as Nairobi for these slum dwellers, and we have been ignored over the years. And we are going to resort even to unorthodox means. Madam Speaker, as the women of Nairobi and the women of Lainisaba and Kiboro and Muji wa Huruma, we are going to undress in this town.
In the world of Kenyan politics, one name that has been consistently making headlines for all the right and wrong reasons is Karen Nyamu. Like two pears in a pod, Karen Nyamu and controversy seem inseparable. And the latest bombshell from the nominated senator has taken the drama to a whole new level. In her most audacious move yet, Karen Nyamu appears to be on a mission to champion the cause of marginalized communities across the country, especially in Nairobi County.
My complaints on the method and the formula used to allocate funds each and every time. And Mr. Speaker, just as the equalization fund, this bill is no exception. That Nairobi suffers an unfair formula. In the first schedule, Mr. Speaker, Nairobi has been allocated 239 million with a whopping 5 million residents in Nairobi with 85 wards. And then on the other hand, a county like Kilifi with 1.5 million residents and 35 wards has been allocated 359 million.
And she's leaving no stones unturned, even if it means resorting to unconventional methods, including the shocking threat to organize a mass protest where women would strip naked in the streets until the government takes notice.
Hello, my name is Chief Okuzo from Plug TV.
This astonishing declaration came during Senator Karen Nyamu's impassioned speech on Wednesday in support of a bill presented at the Senate. The bill aims to secure increased funding for slum areas and have them officially designated as a marginalized regions.
But Madam Speaker, I also have an issue with the formula, just like my other colleagues have said before. And Nairobi has been assumed to be a rich county. Just because we have rich estates like Karen, Muthaiga, we ignore the slum dwellers of Nairobi. Article 204 of the Constitution that creates this bill is very clear that it is this bill and these funds are supposed to benefit the marginalized areas. Madam Speaker, in Nairobi, we have a lot of marginalized area and that are also densely populated. Nairobi is the home of big slums like Kibera, Mathare, Korokocho, and the Kayabas. And I'm sure, Madam Speaker, you've never heard of a slum called Silanga, etc. The deplorable state that these citizens, Kenyan citizens, are living in have continued to be ignored by policy makers and also legislators in this and the other houses.
With unflinching determination, Nyamu pledged to galvanize the women of Nairobi County, where she presents to take drastic measures, even resorting to public nudity if necessary to ensure their cries for help are not ignored any longer.
Recognize them as marginalized because they are marginalized, Madam Speaker. We are talking about Korokocho, Soweto, the Viwandani, the Riruta, and all these other areas, Madam Speaker, that have been ignored. Just because they neighbor Karen or they neighbor Muthaiga and other rich estates does not mean they should be ignored. Madam Speaker, they are not children of a lesser God. And Madam Speaker, we have been crying as Nairobi for these slum dwellers, and we have been ignored over the years. And we are going to resort even to unorthodox means. Madam Speaker, as the women of Nairobi and the women of Lainisaba and Kiboro and Muji wa Huruma, we are going to undress in this town, Madam Speaker. so that we can get the attention of the policymakers and this house and the legislators.
Senator Karen Nyamu cited the recent example of Machakos Governor Wavinya Ndeti, who successfully employed unique strategies to advocate for the rights of her constituents during the East Portland Cement Company land demolitions. She argued that Nairobi should follow suit and employ any necessary tactics to drive home their message.
Enough of this talk. We are going to find solutions for ourselves. Just like Governor Wavinya Ndeti said that Kambas have their own ways of solving things. Nairobi, we are going to find a way of solving this means and having our slum dwellers recognized.
Now, despite the assumption that Nairobi is a wealthy county, Nyamu presented a stark reality check. She highlighted the significant population residing in slum areas, enduring deplorable living conditions. Allocating more resources to these areas, according to her, is the only way to promote development and alleviate the heavy burden on the strained county budget.
Because I support the concept. I support the concept of marginalized areas being given extra funds to channel development to them. I also support because it alleviates the burden of the already strained county budget. I also like the fact that it is project specific and it is also area specific.
Nakwambia huyo ni Karen Nyamu. Amesema kama hatasikizwa watu watatembea uchi hii town. Anyway, are you in support of Karen Nyamu's idea? Leave your thoughts on our comment section. That is it for now. Thanks for watching. Let's meet next time. Bye bye.